Hello and welcome to another GoldMine 101, our regular sessions giving you advice, hints and tips on GoldMine. And today we're going to cover our sort of top 5 GoldMine user mistakes, or not really mistakes as such, but really perhaps more bad habits that people fall into that we see, and some best practices to try and avoid them. So hello, my name is Tim Wilmot. Welcome to one of our regular 101 sessions here, and we cover different, on a regular basis, we cover different GoldMine topics in and around the system. Hopefully today you'll get a lot of hints and tips as regards to these mistakes or issues to avoid. Now this session is being recorded. Afterwards you will get a link to the recording and you can play that back at your pleasure. We'll also pop it up on our YouTube channel as well. The audio part of this presentation is one way only. If you've got any questions, pop those into the questions section. I'll do my best to answer those at the end. And also at the end, I'll give you an update on any GoldMine use for you. Quick mention about Wizard Systems. We are a leading provider of independent CRM solutions, and we provide anything around GoldMine, the product itself, upgrades, any kind of implementation or consultancy, training, and help desk service as well. So let's dive into GoldMine then and go through our top 5 common mistakes that sometimes people make with GoldMine. Well, I suppose the top of our list would be the use of the Notes tab in GoldMine. Now, this is not necessarily a fault of GoldMine. Every CRM solution out there does have some kind of notes capability, just to put in general notes. But we do sometimes find that users put information about activities or what they've sold to a customer or product information into that general notes tab. And the issue with notes is that it's not very well structured in almost any CRM solution. Yes, it's kind of date stamped with the name of the user, time and date when that note was made, but there's little else. So it's not very well structured information. It's not very secure. Potentially, some users could amend that information, and it's going to be difficult to find that information afterwards. It can be difficult to build lists on that information, do reporting on that information. It's far better, in this example here, where maybe a phone call was made, it's far better that you, if you are doing this, put them in as activities. Remember, GoldMine has got different types of activities: phone calls, meetings, actions, miscellaneous actions. So choose one of those. If you find your users are doing that, choose one of those activities, maybe a little bit of training to get users to putting information like activities into GoldMine in a structured format on their history. So that's number 1. Number 2 that we find, second mistake, is maybe not getting to the good practice of completing your old activities, and or when a user leaves, doing something with the activities they'd scheduled, but now they're lurking around in midair with maybe no one doing anything to those activities. So get into the practice of completing activities. This will prevent your calendar in GoldMine becoming too bloated, becoming so large that potentially, if the issue continues, it might make your GoldMine system a little bit slower when you're working with activities moving around your calendar or your activity list. It can get quite large. And the danger then is that if you're looking at lots of outstanding activities, it's difficult to see, maybe it's difficult to see then what are the priorities, what are the things that you really have to do on those activities. So keep an eye on that. If you're a manager, keep an eye on users completing their activities. And if somebody has left the organization, remembering GoldMine that there are loads of options to do something with those activities, to remove them, to forward them, to pass them on to another onto another user, to to complete them if that was required. So there's a number of different options that you can do to keep your outstanding activities, to keep your calendar file down to an optimum size. All right, so remember to complete your activities. Number 3 on our list. Some users are not aware of the emailing options in GoldMine, and they manage their emails outside of their CRM, which is all right if you want to do that. But the whole idea about using a CRM tool is that you've got all of your activities in one place. So when we click on history, we can see all of the emails that we sent or received to that client. So remember, with GoldMine, you've got the built-in email feature. So I can click on the email address there and build up an email with that customer. And also the 2 options on Outlook integration as well. We covered that in a recent GoldMine 101 session here from Wizard Systems, the 2 options you've got for Outlook integration that is included with the GoldMine product. So consider that. And also, as regards emailing, creating documents, remember the template feature in GoldMine as well, the ability to have a standard list of common emails you may want to send to your clients, saving you time, making sure everyone's email has got the same look and feel, automatically attaching documents as well. Remember that that useful template feature. Next, number 4 is the rollover of activities. If I go to my options, we sometimes see some people doing this. So on your calendar, there is a feature here, this section here, auto rollover. What that does is that if you've got a number of phone calls that you haven't done today, you've got a number of activities you haven't done today, and then you log in tomorrow, all of those activities will be brought forwards to that day, that following day, as you log in. You'll see it happening as you log in, which is all right. But if it's a phone call and if it relates to some other these other activity types, you are overwriting the due date of that activity. So if you've got 50 phone calls that were supposed to have been done on Wednesday, and then you log in on Thursday, all of a sudden those phone calls, you'll see them as the due date of Thursday and not Wednesday. So you will lose when that activity should have originally been done. May not be critical important for phone calls, but it wouldn't be very relevant to maybe appointments, possibly forecast sales. You could argue, well, maybe I want to keep bringing that sale forwards to the current day's schedule, but you are overwriting that. So if you are reporting from GoldMine on when these things should be due, that kind of information would be difficult to ascertain because you are overwriting the due date of that activity. So just try and avoid that. I don't know why GoldMine has that feature in there. It's in there anyway. And we do find some people either just kind of explore with it, see what it's all about. And some companies may find it useful to have phone calls automatically rolled forward to the current day's diary, but the current day's schedule. But just be aware of what is going to what the repercussions are of that. Far better to when you're looking at your activity list, you're looking at a calendar, nothing's going to disappear. You'll always be able to see old activities in there. Just change your date range. Just change the range of dates that you're actually displaying on your activity list. Number 5 is really being aware of all of the extensive features of GoldMine. We do still find that some people are not aware of all of the clever things that GoldMine can do. For example, the knowledge base in GoldMine. Not many CRM systems have this, but an internal sort of FAQ, a dumping ground for information to share on your processes in your company, your products, your procedures. We have again covered that on previous 101s. Dashboards, a nice way of getting a visual display of KPIs and performance on things inside GoldMine and also outside GoldMine. So we can report on things happening outside GoldMine in other applications. The service center, do you have support people, technicians, engineers? They too could be using GoldMine. Projects, there's a project manager in GoldMine. So if you're involved in implementations or big client projects or activities, long time scales, lots of things to do in the life cycle of that activity or that project, that could be a great tool for you to use combined into GoldMine. Other things you may not be aware of, automated processes, a way of automating certain things in GoldMine. So getting GoldMine to do things automatically, activities, emails automatically for you based on certain triggers. And a big one, GoldMine Web. So a way of accessing live your GoldMine system when you're away from the office on your mobile device. It'll work on any mobile and your browser as well. Good web access to GoldMine. And finally, being aware of email marketing from GoldMine. So if you've been using GoldMine for a long time and you're doing your email marketing, you're sending out regular emails, marketing emails outside of GoldMine, consider the couple of options that we've got with GoldMine for integrating that, launching that from GoldMine with the integrations to Constant Contact and IntelliClick. Please contact us for more information on those. So those are our quick 5 common issues. As I say, not really issues. Be aware that if you're a user, you've got to, if you've been advised to use GoldMine in a certain way and everyone uses it in a consistent way and you know the repercussions of doing it in that way, no problem. It is whatever you want it to be, all right? So if you've been given instructions to use GoldMine in a certain way, that's the way that you should use it. But if you do find you're getting into issues and maybe, for example, the use of notes, finding it difficult to see maybe activity information, then consider the use of, say, history to track and record things that you've done. If in doubt, come back to Wiz Assistance. We're happy to help you and advise you on better ways of using GoldMine. And hopefully our 101 sessions, they're giving you little pointers as regards things that you may not be aware of that GoldMine does, or maybe a better way of using a feature you regularly use in GoldMine. All right, so let's go to any questions that you may have, please, around best practices in GoldMine. And first question from Shirley. Is GoldMine ever going to be in the cloud? Well, we are often asked this question about GoldMine in the cloud. Now, so first of all, GoldMine will never be a true cloud application. When you have GoldMine, you buy it, you own it, you've got to stick it on a server. It's got to be installed on a server somewhere, either your server or somebody else's server. If you're maybe subscribing to a hosted server, you like renting a server, that's a popular way of doing it. So GoldMine has to be always installed somewhere. It will never be a true cloud application like out there in the cloud and you subscribe to it. However, there is some sort of hybrid solutions that you might consider. So first of all is hosting GoldMine. If you don't want it on your server, you want it on somebody else's server, then there are a number of providers for sure in your location, and we can recommend our own service well for hosting GoldMine. So that's where you can access GoldMine remotely either within your browser or from remote desktop. There are a number of ways of doing it. Secondly, we do offer a utility called Go Global. So Go Global, a simple application on your server, allows you to access GoldMine via your browser. Within GoldMine, I've mentioned it already, but GoldMine Cloud. So a part of GoldMine is called GoldMine Cloud or GoldMine Web, and this will allow you to access GoldMine via your browser or from your mobile device. If you do want true cloud, though, Shirley, we at Wizard Systems, we're an independent supplier of different CRM solutions. We don't just supply GoldMine. We're not a one product company. We do offer cloud solutions. So contact us if you do want a true cloud solution, and we can help you upgrade and move GoldMine into true cloud. But it won't be GoldMine, okay? You're going to have to make that move from GoldMine. Right, Isabella, can you stop people using notes? No. It's a bit difficult. You could remove it from their tab, but there are some shortcuts to put in notes. So generally, no. I think with these bad habits or issues or practices, education and training is the best way. So if you do spot people not using GoldMine in the way that you want them to use GoldMine, then of course a little bit of training or coaching and reporting might help you identify people putting stuff in GoldMine or using GoldMine in a sort of non-orthodox way. So keep monitoring the system, with your dashboards and looking at activity lists. Just keep an eye on things, particularly new users. So strictly speaking, no. Eric, I saw leads on your screen. What was that? So leads. Okay, so leads is a way of jumping quickly to, say, importing new records, applying an automated process to leads. There's kind of no concept of a lead record in GoldMine, though I do know of some GoldMine users that do, when they create a new inquiry, they might create the status of that record. They might have a field on their GoldMine screen, on their GoldMine contact record called status or type or something like that. And they may enter lead into that. So that could be a way of doing it, but that lead section just really into importing, applying maybe a phone call across a bunch of contacts in one operation. So it's just really a shortcut as such, that lead center there. Okay, I don't think there's any more questions. Thanks very much, those of you, for that. So as of September 2023, latest news for you, the latest release of GoldMine is 2023.3. So that's the major release is 2023. The hot fix is number 3. All the information is on our GoldMine blog, and we do regularly send out emails on these releases. So make sure that you're getting our emails. If you're not getting our emails, please contact any of us at Wizard Systems. We'll make sure you're on our mailing list to receive news, important news like GoldMine releases. Well, that brings me to an end of our session. Our top 5 mistakes or common issues that we find GoldMine users fall into, and some suggestions for improved, better use of GoldMine. I hope you found that useful. Let us know if you've got any queries or questions on GoldMine. And indeed, if you've got any suggestions for future topics around GoldMine, drop us a line, tim@wizard-system.com. We'd be happy to consider those. But we'll catch up with you on the next GoldMine event coming soon on hopefully a completely different topic and moving away from mistakes. Thanks very much indeed. Bye-bye.